tax dollars. The preamble states that the purpose of the Constitution is to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Presently, the people of our great and beautiful country are groaning under the burden of war spending. We need jobs, affordable housing, health care, educational opportunities. Our young people need social and artistic development. Our old people need dignified end-of-life care. And all of us deserve safe, beautiful communities where we can make a contribution to promote the general welfare. These needs are not being met. Instead, trillions of dollars go to the destructive ends of war. So veterans return home to joblessness and a lifetime of physical injury and emotional trauma in a society that cannot afford to care for them or their families. Indeed, many young people enter the military as the best opportunity that our society offers them. I'll say that again.
Yes.
The military offers the best opportunity open to many young people starting out in life. That's a terrible commentary on our nation. Like many of us, I'm quite willing to pay taxes to promote the general welfare. In fact, many of us would be willing to pay higher taxes to promote the general welfare. Warren Buffett said the same. So it's not just ordinary people like me, but rich people as well, who recognize that we must all pool our resources to pay for the quality of life obtainable only through public services. And public employees support the economy. In Ohio, for example, we stand to lose at least 19,000 public service jobs, which will cost the state 47,000 private sector jobs in gas stations, restaurants, and related industries. For these reasons, I am here today to ask you, my elected legislators, to bear in mind the intentions of our founding fathers. Make sure that whatever legislation you propose and support promotes the general welfare. Your constituents need jobs, affordable housing, health care, and educational opportunities. Taxpayers want to invest in the future of this wonderful country that we all love. Thank you.
We'll have Louise Baker come to the podium, then we'll have Joe Mozioski, Jalinda Riker, and Lisa Johnson. If you could take chairs in the front. Thank you. Give me them cards.
My name is Louise Baker, and I'm a member of the Barberton Norton Wadsworth Peace Group, and I live in New Franklin. It's a very small city. I believe one of the most important things we can do to get our budget under control is organize our voting system and controlling lobbying. I believe we must move to impeach the Supreme Court justices who voted in favor of Citizens United. We must see that these judges are removed from their positions. Unless the system is changed, our democracy will not last.
Yeah, my name is Joe Mozioski. I'm a consulting engineer from Randolph, Ohio, Portage County. 3 minutes, that's the amount of time I've been given to speak, not to my federal representative or senators, but to their staff, their gracious staff. Imagine if I were a wealthy campaign contributor or an industry lobbyist. Perhaps I'd be getting a little more attention. Our Supreme Court, however, has ruled that money is speech. If that's the case, conversely, those millions of citizens without money have no right to speech, to have their voices heard. Of course, our federal Supreme Court has also ruled that corporations are people, the logic of equating a creator with the creation notwithstanding. Now, using that same rationale, I fully expect at some point in time for them to rule that Shinola is really applesauce, and thus is a non-taxable food item. The point is that historically, some of their decisions have been more about special interest than democracy, which leads me to our federal budget and fiscal priorities. Since I'm just a working stiff with several employees without a whole pile of money to throw at candidates, I have little hope of influencing my elected representatives, so I'll just ask a few questions instead. Why was Glass-Steagall repealed, giving banks free rein to invest in exotic financial creations in a game of monetary musical chairs, which makes Las Vegas look like the Rock of Gibraltar in comparison? Wouldn't it have saved working, tax-paying citizens billions to directly bail out struggling homeowners, thus maintaining stable, lived-in neighborhoods, higher property values, stronger local tax revenues, and fiscally healthier communities? Wouldn't the banks have continued to prosper with a steady, dependable stream of mortgage payments? Why are the wealthiest corporations allowed to pay little or no income tax?
Yes.
Why have the very same folks who insisted on an extension of income tax breaks for the wealthy several months later found fiscal religion, so long as it's on the backs of middle-class workers and the elderly? With slavery abolished back in 1860, have we found a way to export it beyond our shores with free, not fair trade agreements, which gloss over human rights, living wages, and the dignity of all humans? Why does our government, which has the sovereign right to create money for the infrastructure needs and services of our citizens, borrow from multinational bankers, resulting in unsustainable debt? And finally, what does it say about ourselves, our direction, our priorities, and our future when we continue to borrow to fund not only 3 current wars, but also to sustain a vast network of military sites covering the globe? At the same time, our citizens can't find jobs, can't afford higher education, can't pay for medical care, can't trust our crumbling infrastructure, can't pay for clean water, can't heat their homes, or can't even afford to eat. Why must 59% of our budget go toward defense, to use the term very loosely? As we've witnessed this spring in the Middle East, revolutions happen when conditions become revolting. Have you listened to your constituents lately? Have you walked through their neighborhoods? How long do you think they can continue given the current budget priorities? Do you think it can't happen here? Thank you.
I wasn't expecting to speak. I just thought it'd be great to be here, but the more I thought about it, this is an opportunity to be heard. And I do appreciate everybody coming, you folks and you folks. I'll start by saying that I am a Quaker. My name is Jalinda Richer, like poor Ann, sorry. I don't know what it was, but when they came through Ellis Island, it became Richer. And I live in Bath Township. Sorry about that. And I'm a founding member of the Akron Friends Meeting, and currently I'm a member of the Unitarian Universalist Church here in Akron. I'm very active there, and really feel that it's a great place to make change. The reason I felt it was important to establish a Quaker meeting was that our son was getting older, and Vietnam was there, and I wanted to make sure that he would not get drafted. Now, well, needless to say, unfortunately, that is still an issue. Not the draft, but military service, military expenditures. But now I realize there are many other causes, including my concerns of healthcare and education. And I do appreciate articulate speakers there. Give me hope for our future, you young people. As I said, my concerns are healthcare and education. Regarding healthcare, I have 3 main perspectives. The first is that I'm an occupational therapist. I see that my patients definitely need all the help they can get, and then some. Secondly, I am the daughter of a 103-year-old mother. Actually, she's my adoptive mom. My biological mother would be 105 if she was still alive. Needless to say, there's a lot of need for care there. My adoptive mom, worked for 23 years, and then she stayed at home to take care of her adoptive daughter, bless her heart. And then eventually she got older, my dad died, she had to go into assisted living, now she's in long-term care. Anybody know how much that costs? $5,000, $6,000 a month for good care. Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that. Needless to say, she started out with Social Security, now she's on, then she went through Medicare, now she's on